columnist at Sports Illustrated, ESPN, and the LA Times. Welcome back, Arash. Good to see you. So you were here with us earlier this week, right. And we all said Fernando Mendoza was going to be the guy. That wasn't a big surprise, but it was interesting to see the production of it, the moment with his mother, and the embrace from Tom Brady.
Listen, I mean, he's known for quite some time. I was in Miami for the national championship game. Tom Brady was there on the sideline. Mark Davis, the owner
Tom Brady,
of the,
who is a co-owner of the team of the Raiders.
Yeah, and by the way, during his press conference, not to make Tom feel old, he said, "Mr. Brady, it was great to talk to Mr. Brady again." Tom is very involved with this team. This was the quarterback that they had targeted to bring the Raiders back to some relevancy. Fernando Mendoza was not born yet the last time the Raiders, the silver and black, won a playoff game.
Won a playoff game?
Yeah, back in the 2000s.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's interesting because the Raiders culture, the old school culture, was sort of the sinners, right? That's a very intense one. And he is very, very conservative, very Christian, and quite the family man.
He is, and he's the most polished guy you'll talk to. And he's on LinkedIn. And as soon as he got drafted, apparently this is like a partnership with LinkedIn, he changed his job status. He got hired, thankfully. He got hired. He was signing a multi-million-dollar contract with the Raiders.
That's the social media that he likes. LinkedIn.
He does like LinkedIn.
Is his big thing. So it's wild to watch the draft in terms of the TV production and what they've done with this. These sort of thousands of people that showed up in Pittsburgh. They have the players that are there walking down a hallway, looking at themselves in the mirror with a hat. I mean, look at this sea of people is crazy just to hear people's names called and to watch them. I mean, they've turned this, the biggest TV show in America, the NFL, into an event.
You talk about how popular this league is right now, and it is number one, and you have to go pretty far to get to number two. Over 300,000 people. You saw that picture right there. A record for day one. 300,000 people in Pittsburgh showed up to do what you just said, holding a cue card. The commissioner of the league is holding a cue card and saying the first pick of the draft is Fernando Mendoza. That's it. There's no games. There's nothing happening, but these folks are having a great time, and why not? It's free, by the way. You know, there's not a whole lot of big sports events you can go to for free. This one is free.
And it's interesting. All the teams now are starting to do their own events. Like the Rams, where you were reporting tonight, were out at Hollywood Park. They brought in a Ferris wheel. They had turned it into a whole community festival, essentially. And then the biggest surprise of the entire night was this. That is Ty Simpson, who is a quarterback from Alabama. Remember, the Rams have Matthew Stafford, MVP caliber quarterback, who's 38 years old, and they just picked his replacement.
This is the most viral moment of the night. I was at the press conference following this kind of surprising pick. Again, the reigning most valuable player you just touched on, and Matthew Stafford is coming back. He's not retiring, but he's at the end of his career. And with the 13th pick in the draft, a team that was on the cusp of the Super Bowl, maybe they're a player away, they pick a guy who's not going to play this year. And the body language of Sean McVay was that of someone who was like, man, I really wish we had picked a player who can help us next year. I mean, they are right there. According to Vegas, they are the favorites to win the Super Bowl, and they had a top 13 pick. So you would normally maybe pick a wide receiver, a defensive back. They picked Ty Simpson. We'll see how he plays, but he if the Rams are successful, he will not be playing this season.
And McVay said that he called Matthew Stafford in advance to let him know about that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll get some quick headlines in from the NBA tonight. The Timberwolves win big over the Denver Nuggets. They are a team to watch. We also saw tonight the Atlanta Hawks beating the New York Knicks and the Raptors beating the Cavs. All headlines, but Timberwolves blew out the Nuggets.
The Timberwolves are my favorite story because they are a team that are really built for the playoffs. I mean, you look at the last 2 years, they got to the conference finals. They have not yet kind of broken through like franchise history. They've not played in the finals, but this is a team you don't want to play come playoff time. And by the way, we'll see what happens in terms of Victor Wembanyama coming back. But if the Timberwolves if they win and they go up against a Spurs team that's still young, wouldn't be shocked if the Timberwolves find themselves back in the conference finals one more time.
And Basua, the same could be true for Denver.
100%.
Very good team and could be dangerous against the Spurs as well.
Yeah.
Although Victor Wembanyama, if healthy, very hard to stop.
Oh, exactly.
Arash Markazi, you can check out his work at thesportingtribune.com. Always great to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in.